Good morning, everybody. I hope today is going swimmingly for everybody out there in the audience. We have so much to talk about this morning. I think we've got 17, 18 stories and all, maybe more. Got some things to talk about, some very serious news that we will be exploring at the end of the stream during bonus time. I want to say it's great to see all of you here, nice and early. We got Griffin out there with today's story of the day, a little bit of history that we absolutely need to know. On June 4 of 1784, Madame Elizabeth Thibault of France became the first female balloonist. In fact, her balloon was untethered and soared for 3 hours. She was not the first woman in flight. Oh, really? Well, that doesn't surprise me, but congratulations. Jeremy Heath is part of the Follow the Bradley's Fun Raid. It's great to see you, my friend. And so many more of you out there. Of course, we've got the Extreme Meme in the house. I don't see any lip sores in that pic. Oh, yeah, no. I mean, that's a pretty good pic of Blake, to be fair. Of course, she looks really upset. And there's good reason for that. We're going to be talking about that, too, this morning. We've got Release the McCracken. Good morning, Robbie. Good to see you, buddy. Commander Ed Straker, Shadow out there. Already highlighted SFX F314 Sabertooth Raptor, Penny, and our favorite polar bear, Snortopupus Q Burr. Izzo's Place is in the house. Ron Bradley put a fedora on my head and sent me here. Well, welcome, my friend. DL Fendel in the house. Great to see you. He's bringing in the Culturians, the Culturites, the Culturinos, and all of the mass horde that we've become at this point. Thanks for being here, everybody. We grow every day. This is your place to get information, news, and entertainment for at least 6 minutes each and every weekday. Oftentimes, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's almost an hour. So be prepared. That's the Boy Scout marching song. Davita Duckworth in the house. The beautiful Deep Owl, and Gollum, both hanging out on the Green Machine. That's right. A little bit of Rumble followation. You should be followationing me everywhere. Be the Follow Nation. I'm just going to make up words today. D-Bud Martin's in the house. It's so great to see you, sir. I'm glad you're here. Smash the like button indeed. 11 Alpha, I hope you're doing better today, my friend. And Tanner Stanley, it's good to see you. We are closing in on the final moments of the pre-show, the sound check, and, the shout-outs. Because I like shouting you all out, like Final Monkeys out there. Good to see you, Final Monkey. Got the talented man, the most talented man on the internet, Andy Masterson out there. What's going on, Andy? Hope you're doing well, buddy. We got a few other folks sneaking in here at the end, including Crazy White Boy. Great to see you. I don't see the Weatherman. I hope everything's okay with Weatherman. Who else we got out there? Lee Kindler, good morning, my friend. Carl Singh is out there as well. Happy Wednesday. That's right. And Staccato DDS. Greetings, chat. Greetings, Staccato. Frank. All right, everybody. 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whatever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it in, although we do have bonus time and a disturbing story for that, or two indeed. What I really appreciate is the fact that I can't get it wrong. The story that was coming out yesterday, and maybe a little bit before that, possibly even on Monday, a little leakage, Blake Lively cannot refile her claim about emotional distress against Justin Baldoni, Wayfarer Productions, etc., etc., etc. The court ruled on that and said this is just more bologna sausage. And the court's finding out that perhaps there are a bunch of lies packed into what is being submitted by Blake's team. So I have a feeling this is going to go away as I suggested it should all along. This is bad for hubby, and we'll get to that in just a moment, but it's really bad for her. Who's going to want to work with her? Not me. I want to say thank you to Curtis Joseph for a Canadian $1. $1 make you holla in Super Duper Chat. We've got, of course, Ryan Reynolds, R-rated live action CGI comedy, Animal Friends. Yeah, that's being pushed back December 2026. This is something that I don't know. Maybe it was affected by Blake. Maybe it wasn't. I look at these types of things on the regular and go, hey, why is this being pushed back? Is it because of timing? Is it because he doesn't have time to voice act? We all know that's not true. And any of the other things that it could be. But could it be that it's just not going to fit while they're trying to do court stuff? Probably. Paramount fires WPP Media, their longtime agency of record, and that's supposedly a cost-saving move amid the Skydance merger review. They also have a new board potentially coming in over there, and well, there's a lot of actual board news in Hollywood, like this little tidbit. Warner Brothers Discovery shareholders have voted against David Zaslav's $52 million pay package, which I don't blame them. Warner Brothers has done nothing to demonstrate that they are delivering on the promises made and or closing the gap on the debt. They need to do both, and they need to do it quickly. California Senate approves the film and tax credits, but not the $750 million funding increase. That's right. See, they word this in a way that 50% of the audience of this trade paper in Hollywood won't understand the language. Sans means without, and yeah, I think their readership is going to struggle with a word like that, but I know you guys won't. It's just funny to me that the expansion of film funding was the whole purpose of this bill, and it did not happen. Vin Diesel gets 4 claims against him dismissed in the assistant's intimacy abuse lawsuit that was filed against him. I have a feeling that pretty much all of this will go away at the end of the day, but hey, a lot of people make claims they can't follow up on. Speaking of which, disgusting abomination. Elon Musk slams the big, beautiful bill, probably because it got heavily stacked upon when it went there. You know, I kind of think it's great that Elon's coming out. And he's also saying that he's going to go after everybody who isn't, doing the right thing. The MAGA movement is not the Republican movement, and I think Elon now recognizes that. Las Vegas studio proposal backed by Sony and Warner Brothers died in the Nevada legislature. The opportunity to build Hollywood down the road from the Strip isn't happening. I don't know why, or at least not with legislature approval and or funding. Maybe it's better that taxpayers don't have to fund the brunt of Hollywood expansion and or relief. We've got a TV industry scam exposed. A fraudster reported to the FBI and UK cybercrime agency that somebody was posing as well-known British producers and demanding lots and lots of pounds from writers. Oh my. Well, at least they found it out. We've got Trump promises to hike steel tariffs and aluminum to 50% starting today. This will definitely guide the hand of the rest of the world and here in the United States as far as what we can expect from metal production. Wall Street rises again. U.S. stocks pull closer to their records. This is how the day ended over in Wall Street yesterday. How will it finish today? Probably equally the same. We've got federal judge blocking Florida from enforcing social media ban for kids while a lawsuit continues. These people that are judges are heck bent on making this country suffer as long as they possibly can from stupidity being allowed in schools. South Korea's central bank cuts borrowing costs to nurse a sluggish economy right during the course of an election where the communist candidate basically won, and this is the worst time to invest in South Korea and, well, their currency, apparently. We've got European companies cutting costs, scaling back investments in China as the economy slows, and it's going to slow some more because we've got some news coming out of China that is going to boil your blood. BBC defends itself because, well, they were called out by this lovely lady, and she destroyed them utterly, and for good reason, because they constantly lie about everything, including the situation in Israel and Gaza. It is what it is. And finally, a bear's been spotted. That's right, in northeast Ohio, showing up in people's backyards last night and this morning. So look out for a bear. Well, look out for a bear everywhere. It's important to be bear aware in the U.S. And I want to say a special thank you to Ruby Hoove for a gifty. That's right, another culture casino giftage. We appreciate you very much, Ruby Hoove. And to all of you who showed up nice and early, we got a couple other pieces of news we are going to cover in bonus time. So don't go anywhere. We appreciate you very much. Plus, hey, we're starting to get some traction on our videos again. So maybe I'm not being blocked by YouTube finally, which I'm grateful for. But they've really been going out of their way to smother, whatever you want to call it, my content. But you're here, and I appreciate you. All right, let's see what you guys got out there. Well, we got Hoove gifting a Culture Casino membership just a moment ago. Thank you very much for that. And Christy's Corner actually benefited from that one. So welcome, Christy. Cynthia Carter's in the house. Hey, Cynthia. Sassy Lass is here. It's so good to see you, dear. Thanks for being here. It's been a minute. Juliet's joining us from across the pond. And other folks are here. Thanks for being here, D.L. Fendel. Good to see you, my friend. I'm going to be reaching out, and I got to start sharing some of the cartoons you're sending me because I love those. Let's see what else is happening out there. Oh my goodness, Wes Trueblood. The third drops 5 Culture Casino memberships. Thank you for that. We got to keep the memberships going. Those are a wonderful form of support here on the channel. We're going to try to grow that number back to 1,000 members, folks, which means I'm bringing back the credits, which will run after the 6-minute daily ends each and every day, along with some form of an outro. I'm working on some more outros. You guys got to see the extended wizard dance the other day. And some of you liked that. We'll see where else we are at. Let's take a look at some of these stories I think are going to spook you a bit. Maybe we should start with more bad news for the diddler. I think that's what we're going to talk about here in bonus time. I want to say thanks once again to Wes Trueblood III for 5 more members on the channel. And Avarice Carmageddon says, exactly the truth. Disney destroys their parks and construction walls for 5+ years. Hello, Disney Wall Dismal World. There you go. I said it properly. And that's correct. I think we're about to be screwed. What the what? Membership may improve if you cut out who does bad things like that. I don't think anybody does anything at all. What the what? Not sure what you're talking about at all. But let's take a look at this. Hey, Sean Diddy Combs, the diddler, whatever you want to call him, faces new accuser. They got Jane. Yep, the lady that was trying to avoid testimony is there. Jane is there today. The trial was dominated yesterday by a $100,000 payment for the only copy, quote unquote, of 2016 LA hotel footage of the Cassie Ventura battery, let's say. Which, remember, I get to see this whole tape multiple times. Pretty wild. Anyway, so Combs paid big bucks and had everyone sign a punishing non-disclosure agreement to obtain what he believed was the only copy of video showing him beating and kicking then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in 2016 in the hallway. So, yeah. Yeah, we've got, he said it had to be the only copy and that he didn't want it getting out. And if I was sure nothing was on the cloud, a clearly nervous and often hesitant Eddie Garcia told the packed Lower Manhattan courtroom of his conversation 9 years ago with Combs, who was sitting nearby Tuesday with his defense team. Garcia said the judge and Aram, I always mispronounce this person's name, Subramanian, and the jury that Combs admitted to him it could ruin him. Of course it could ruin him. You don't beat women. You really don't. That's not good. That's no bueno. That's the fancy way of saying not good in Spanish. Anyway, on trial in New York City since May 12th, the 55-year-old Combs could end up spending the rest of his life in prison. Yeah, because it's a RICO case. So If he's found guilty on federal charges of racketeering, trafficking, transportation, and engagement in selling people's intimate access, and more. In proceedings that have been as theatrical as they have been legal, today saw things ramped up a notch by the consistent observer of the trial removed from the courtroom as she screamed out, "Diddy, these MFers laughing at you." Well, yeah, they are. Uh, this is pretty wild. That was an odd moment. But anyway, beyond that, we're seeing some crazy things happening in that trial and some additional testimony today that I think we will be covering tomorrow, which will kind of sum up the likelihood of him heading into jail. I would expect he will be. I do not think this is going to be a O.J. Simpson kind of a ruling, to be fair. Moving on, though, we have something I think should concern you all, and you should be paying attention. And you should be diligent, and we should be encouraging our government to solve problems like this. A Chinese couple has been charged with smuggling a biological pathogen into the U.S. What is this called, folks? What are the words missing here? Starts with a T, ends with an ist. And you have no, you probably are pretty clear on why this is being done. This Wai-Qing Yan, a researcher at the University of Michigan, and her boyfriend, Yunyang Liu, studied the pathogen as university students in China. Why would you do that? I wonder. NBC is writing this in the most politically correct way possible, but everybody knows what the intention was here, and that's not a good thing. Not good at all. All right, let's see what you guys have to say here. We got John Yolen all the way from the UK with £5 sterling. Thank you, John. You're amazing. Saying, if Disney keeps laying people off, Iger will end up doing future animations himself. Like and subscribe, everybody. Well, thank you for that, of course. But I will also add to that this. They're already going to be using AI animation. Everybody is. You're going to start seeing a culling of people throughout any animation and or VFX house, I would imagine, over the course of the next couple of years as those technologies advance even faster, further and faster. The unions aren't going to be able to protect the people they promised to protect with the latest bargains that they put together. And AMPTP will likely have to surrender many will dominate, and the unions will have to surrender, their positions when it comes to these things because they can be easily replaced. And that's just the way Hollywood's going to go. I don't see any other future for them. I just don't. If you do, let me know. I mean, I'd love to hear an alternate opinion to that, but there is no reason to keep a lot of these positions with people in them. I think maybe that's some of the reason why the California legislature did not financially expand the film and tax credit. I think that maybe why we're seeing people bail out of opportunities in the entertainment industry. I know this much, that we are platforming and celebrating people's compromise. But we're not celebrating the people that bring us the creative stuff anymore. And we haven't for a long time. Hollywood stopped doing that when they went full DEI. They just kind of broke their own system. It is what it is. Anyway, hey, Barry the Music Man in the house. Great to see you. Monkey Jeebus is here. Kaladin 910 is here. Maravita is here. And Grim is here. Swift -1 in the house. Yeah, Ram Bam 3000. You shouldn't beat anyone without cause. It's true. Definitely not ladies, though. Fat Elvis in the house, and I want to say a special thank you to the man who, in the last 2 days, has gifted 3 Culture Casino memberships on the Green Machine. That's right, Rumble. Rumble. It's the Weatherman. Thanks, Weatherman. You are amazing. Much appreciated. This is what I see right now when Weatherman gifts something. I hope your head is feeling all right, my friend. But it is what it is. That's right. And that was D. Bud Martin getting that one. Awesome. Sweet. Love it. Curtis Joseph out there saying, I would love to see him try. Well said. Cynthia Carter's in the house saying hi to everybody. So good to see you this morning, Cynthia. And man, the lovely ladies are just dominating the chat today. This is amazing. I love it. Extreme Meme says therapist. Speaking of therapist, we are starting to see the celebration of. I'm always hesitant to use this word because it's a strong word. I like to say the words specifically that mean things because they have a specific meaning. But I think degeneracy is something that's being celebrated these days, and I'm a little frustrated with it. I'm also concerned that people who are young, very young people, like 24, 25 years old, are looking like they're 40. Now, I know that this is a subject and it has been on the show before, probably 7-8 months ago. At least the fact that younger folks are starting to look so much older prematurely, which I find troubling. They're also starting to have health issues at younger and younger ages. I'm having strokes in your 20s is not normal by anybody's stretch of any kind of imagination. We're not going to talk about that specifically, but we're going to get back to this conversation because this person is celebrated for degeneracy. If you don't know who this is, I mean, her name is Bonnie. At least that's her stage name. I don't know what her actual name is. This woman is 25 years old. And people find her attractive, sure, I guess, but I don't. But she's only 25. She looks like 40s. This is somebody who makes an extraordinary amount of money doing things that, just aren't to my taste and the majority of decent people. But why? I'm not calling her out. I'm not criticizing her. I'm just asking the question. How does somebody who's 25 look this old? How does that happen? I mean, I'm in my 50s, folks. I'm in my middle 50s, as a matter of fact. I would qualify for normal job retirement at the end of this year. So when I look at this kind of thing, and then I look at me, I'm beautiful, by the way. That's a joke. But how? Why? I'm just curious if any of you know. I'm just curious. Interested in what the chat has to say about this, but bonker sauce. I want to say thank you to Roland the Wretched for 20 Culture Casino cash. Roland is great. He and I got a chance to celebrate one of our favorite films and Westerns in general in that period in our history, which we both share a great interest in, which I only realized last night. But he states, and I quote, if I can get to it, where's that orange sucker at? There it is. Thanks for the movie and talk last night, Culture. We will definitely have to debate Doc Holliday someday. Oh, yeah. And as far as that, we discussed your name, the date, and I will be there. Oh, yeah, man. I would love to do that. Thanks for showing Bonnie Blue. Yeah, she is getting frequent blood tests for transmitted things, let's say. So thank you for the $20, my friend. I appreciate you. You are amazing. We got another super duper chat before that. Oh, I got that one. And then we had one follow up. And I owe Robert an email. I feel so guilty this morning, but I do owe Robert an email. Robert, thank you for the super chat. You are very patient and tolerant for $2 saying, hey, dude, looking good for mid 50s. Lotion? Yeah, moisturizer is really important. I was actually talking to somebody about that. The Jack Black makes a really nice moisturizer, but really it's also a sunscreen. So it's a multi-purpose product. It looks good. It smells good. Ladies like the smell of it. I do encourage people to use sunscreen. I have to because skin cancer runs in my family. So I'm very cognizant of that now. I wasn't so much up until I got to my 30s and realized it would make me age. Um, but I've avoided bunches of wrinkles, right? Frown lines and all that other stuff. Again, just take care of your skin, and it will take care of you. It is the largest organ in your body, so just keep that in mind. Um, but I had a purpose for bringing up this Bonnie person, right? Because she's one of many thousands. And by the way, we all know that career path is going to end very soon and rather abruptly because AI is actually going to take over that field. So if you are a master prompter and can create a attractive, classically attractive lady that can be trained to answer questions and be a degenerate, you're going to make a lot of money in the future. Not that I think that should be a career, but it is what it is. Jim T says mileage is what drives that in people. Is that true? Drinking and partying too much, says Weatherman. I can believe that. I'm just always surprised, you know. Mark Daly, what's up, buddy? Strokes and heart attacks before 50 is not normal, caused by drugs, genetic defects, or something else that I won't say. Still being careful, guys. We just finally got some viewership back on videos that they've been targeting. Anne We the North. Hey, lady, how you doing? It's all the plastic surgery and Botox they're doing. You think? Yeah, and and here's the other one that I brought up. I did this on a Sunday night show and covered this industry pretty in depth, right? The Lily Phillips of the world and others. I just don't know. I mean, it could be, but I think that Anne We the North and got it right. I think it is a lot of plastic surgery. And look, I don't look down on people who do small alterations to get rid of issues. I mean, I'm going to have to consider a minor plastic surgery situation to lift one of my eyelids at some point, because in my family it seems to be something that has to happen because it'll droop to the point where the muscle elasticity in one or both eyes will get to the point where it's got to be lifted up. But that's a whole other problem. It does cause a major dimming of what you're seeing and or completely blocked. But no, I mean, if people need to get things done, I'm not against that. But I mean, is it because they're stuffing their lips full of stuff? I mean, what is it that's going on? I'm always curious. Sassy, it's so great to see you. I'm glad you're back. So I've been missing you. I've been missing everybody. That's true. That's true. Robert, once again, if you forgive, I will forgive you if you watch my film 15 days. I promise you, Robert. Another $2, he says. I definitely will. I definitely will watch it. Yeah, that's 25. Yeah, it's just really weird. Extreme Meme says she lies. Well, probably. Many people do. Jill Powers says that's Gen Z for you. 90% of them are abnormally anxious and easily triggered. You think that's it? They live on an emotional razor's edge? You think that's what it is? I don't know. Donovan Bradford says vaping and drinking garbage will age you all the time. Yeah, okay. So here's another thing that I do, if you care. I just drink water most of the time. Coffee, water, maybe tea. I quit soda about a decade ago. I will have occasionally a soda when I'm at a theme park or something, but I don't eat fast food anymore. I haven't had fast food consistently in probably 15 or 20 years. Just it's a waste of money. I try to eat natural and raw food. So, but Dr. Culture in the house. I don't know about that, Putin's cat, but I just don't understand it. You missed my part 1 and part 2. Scroll up, sir. Oh, okay. Let me get to it. Sorry about that. Curtis Joseph. Curtis, I don't know where it is. Did it come out? Did you? Was it a? Let's take a look. I'll look it up. Hang on. We leave no chat behind. Curtis says, "What about the other UK girl that had intimacy with 100 guys in 24 hours?" That was that Lily Phillips girl, I believe. The two of them are competing with each other, which is crazy. But what? Oh, here we go. Culture, you missed my part 1 and 2. Scroll up. Okay, scrolling up. Oh, here we go. Thank you for this. Says, tried finding a video talking about the Harry Potter casting fiasco with the young characters. I pray for the next 10 years of the show and the trio lays off socials. Man, look, if you are an entertainer, I would not probably participate in social media in any other way than to promote what you're working on and or something that you've completed or that something that you did is out. That's it. I would get somebody to help me lock down my socials so that I don't stray off of self-promotion messaging, because that's really the only thing I can see that for. So I get that. Part 2 is there a bright is there any bright hope films you are excited about? Since Lilo and Stitch filmed is not original at best, your thoughts, Senior? I think I'm looking forward to F1, which is Brad Pitt's film. Looking forward to I can't remember, Megan 2. That's a horror movie. I'm looking forward to that. I loved Megan 1. I was one of the weird ones. Thought that was good. Of course, I'm a horror film guy, so that's one I want to talk with Horror with Nads about. If you aren't following Horror with Nads, my friend Nadia is just amazing. She is somebody who worked in the industry, and she's just amazing. So follow her channel, follow her wonderful horror content. She's just bam focused on it. She's great. I'm looking for, man, I hate to say this because this could be such a disaster, but I really want Superman to be good. I know Jeremiah Hembry, who's a friend, contributor, somebody who's in the chat regular. I know he calls me out on this, but I absolutely want Superman to be good. My expectations are on the floor. The bar's been so lowered for film lately. I can't think of anything else. I have zero expectations out of Avatar other than people to go, "Oh, it's so pretty." I don't care. The blue people repeat story of, the hoax, the allegory for the hoaxing. I'm just not into. So that's it. So there's that. And thank you, Curtis, for that. But yeah, wild. Yeah, that's like a 2-syllable word. I love you, 6. It's so good to see you, dear. Hope you're doing well. Horror. HORROR. Horror with Nads. 6. Dude, are you guys going to start doing the Gary thing with me now? Because I can say horror or Murata. Horror. Some people are looking forward to Jurassic World. I am getting tired of derivative things. So maybe I'm too. Hey, Delu's here. What's up, Delu? Maybe I'm just. I know a lot of people are saying, well, nobody goes to see originals. No, they do if they're good. That's the thing. Oh, Ballerina. ballerinas coming up here this week, actually. I may actually see it mañana, so I'll be able to give you a review. It's good to see you, the lovely Sherry. Look at all the ladies out there. I'm surrounded by the lovelies. Lovelies. All right. Anyway. Oh, let me scroll down. I know I'm skipping some of you. It's just because there's a lot of comments out there. Thank you, D-Bud Martin, dropping the link. You're a good man. The horror! The horror! That's right, Heart of Darkness. That's the Geary thing? No, not Geary, Gary. Geary's that other guy with glasses. Yeah. Geary's totally different. Yep. A lot of money. Yeah, these ladies are getting paid a ton of money from their exploits. So, you know what? Let's look at this other one because these come in pairs. Wow, that's a terrible thing to say. But let's take a look. There we go. This is Tiffany. Wisconsin aims to sleep with 5,000 dudes this summer. She's a youngin' too. Is Us magazine? Because I see Us. Do you guys see Us up in the corner there? I do. Did you see that? Am I just seeing things? Are they promoting this stuff? Six, you hit the nail on the head. Talk about pathetic goals. Also, if you're one of these guys, how much, self respect do you have? How much self preservation do you have? How much self loathing do you have? Look, part of what I do is give my opinions on things, and I do it on the internet. And a lot of people do that all day long, but I do it out here with my face, with my voice, and with you. I find this repellent, repulsive, disgusting, degenerate. Not a fan. Daddy issues and meh, says Avarice Carmageddon. But I just don't get it. I mean, all of you out there, and again, I try not to use, I don't use bad words or try not to use bad words on any of the daytime shows, right? I saved my bad words for other channels that use them when I'm a little irritated. I save my bad words for Sunday night streams that are after dark when the kids are in bed, so I'm not disrupting, the family. But yeah, and Weatherman, yeah, not great. Yeah, Putin's cat's like, wait, here's the math on that. That's 55.5 men. There's only 24 hours in the day. You're probably going to sleep at least 8 of those hours, and it probably takes her at least an hour to get, presentable to humans. She's going to have to fit in some, exercise in there. Otherwise, she's going to blob out really fast. 55.5 men per day. Hot dog and a half imagery. Hot dog and a hallway imagery comes to mind. Yeah, well, my conversation around that is broader. I've been trying to look for an angle for a video that came out on TikTok that has been now spread far and wide on Twitter or X, I guess, and other platforms, including YouTube. And I can't find it. But when I do, I'm going to do a video about swapping body parts about. This is on that same scale. I have to be careful about how I talk about things because people just, are so easily triggered. It's insane. So Tony Piacente says, I will not be volunteering to be one of the 5,000. Good for you. I didn't think anybody in this audience would, to be fair. MSM promos women selling themselves. That's what I'm saying. And do you think that's true? By the way, I still love the hat. But you guys, I mean, is this literally a thing? Is this a thing that modern mainstream quote unquote legacy media, the industry that's dying? We can talk about that too here in a few minutes if you want. But this is what we're going to promote now. This is what we're going to talk about. This is the path forward for humanity. This is the thing we want to celebrate. Now, mind you, legacy media is supposed to be informing you. Is this the kind of information they want to pass along? Hey, all you down bad guys, there's these ladies out here that, serve it up for free. I don't know. None, they have low self-esteem. That's true. Zip, zero, nada. Thank you, Mark Daly. Putin's cat taking the story from earlier. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't understand. I really don't. These people are sick, crass, and disgusting. Thank you, Sherry. It's very, I just find it odd that it's being celebrated. Let's just put it that way. Doing it for clicks. Yeah, I guess it's a form of promotion for whatever website they show their jiggly bits on. And people, why antibiotics are not as effective anymore. Exactly. Yeah. Because of their overprescription and their off prescription use. I mean, the off-label use has been happening on things like that for a long time, just to make moms happy at the doctor's office. I don't get it. But anyway, let me get to some of these chats, super chats, and gifties, because we had some of those as well. And I'm 9 minutes behind on the chat because, I mean, I'm just always fascinated by this. And I guess it's something I talk about more frequently than I realize, because I think I've covered this kind of stuff. Wes Trueblood's been here for 10 months. Thank you, Wes, for your amazing support. I love the fact you've been here that long. Saying it's all part of the hypersexualized society that some are trying to make a reality. As Russia once said, the way to collapse America is to dissolve its morality. And we've got people aiding and abetting that for sure. It's funny. I had a great theological and morality discussion last night with the boss. I'm just going to say that was great. Need more of that. Should be talking to your partner about stuff like that. Okay, I found Is This Live for 5 Culture Casino Cash, saying, when I was a crude teenager, we used to taunt about sloppy seconds and never thought we would be talking about sloppy 4,999ths. Yeah. I mean, we did a lot of things when we were younger, but I feel like I step out into the world every day and am regularly challenged by societal or morality collapse. Is what it is. Archer Merchant's out there for 2 Culture Casino Cash, saying maybe all her losses are karma for Green Lantern. I don't know. Maybe so. I know Dean Krantz is out there gifting a Culture Casino membership. Thank you, Dean. I appreciate your support, my friend. Tobach, otherwise known as Proctor Deuces Stupendium Compendium, says, Wow, culture started off groggy, but he finishes strong, just like in a lonely friends model. There we go. I'm titillated and intrigued, among other things. Extra bonus time. Well, there you go. We live in a disgusting world. I'm trying to make my little corner better. How about you guys? And I appreciate your support. Catholic schoolgirls were called easily available for a reason. All of my classmates slept with lots of boys before their marriages. Really? Didn't really put those two things together. But I'm starting to see a pattern. I really am. Boone's Cat says, probably what a lot of people think. Not a fan of people doing all of that and then going out and trying to marry somebody, slowing down, settling down. What's the point? Well, I mean, first of all, your neuroreceptors are completely screwed. We can talk about the physiological issues that go along with that, the inability to pair bond. Usually that comes somewhere between 7 and 10 partners. I think if we were going to teach anything to kids that was even remotely related to this stuff, it should be the fact that you are ruining yourself for future happiness if you go out and celebrate the opportunity to intermingle intimately with others, because at a certain point in time you become a broken person. So no, pair bonding. Yeah. Not pear as in you eat the pear. Or, as the famous line goes, I could eat a peach for hours. Anyway, I can't figure out the 5,000th guy in line. Yeah, I know. But again, what flipped my lid more on that isn't that this is a goal for somebody, because we've been seeing that one chick in Australia. She's crazy wackadoodle nut bar. It's that that's so little actual connection. You literally are commodifying your body. The very thing that ladies don't want, they say, and correct me if I'm wrong, ladies, but you don't want to be treated as a commodity, do you? You don't want to promote yourself as that's what you have to offer, is it? I don't understand. I never thought I'd see it. It's funny because I mean that is not what the first three waves of feminism were supposed to bring you to. Never in a million years um, would I have thought that in 200 years you could bring yourself so far along that all of the principles that you originally brought and uh, statutorily reinforced, like suffrage, um, would have led here. It's just nuts. Luke's in the house. What's up, Luke? Good to see you. It's amazing what people will do for fame. Yeah. Yeah. RJ McReady, what's up? Maybe bonding over pairs. Oh, yeah. It's just odd. Talk about a slippery slope, indeed. Scat says doing anything for clicks is a form of selling yourself, like taking any role offered to you in a movie. I feel like you're trying to say Pedro Pascal without saying Pedro Pascal, Scat. I think I can understand someone getting sick over off the turnover and wanting stability with one partner. Well, there you go. Actually, that's a good way to look at it. I only fear they've likely made it even harder to do than it normally is through their actions. Oh, and by the way, if a man finds out, I'm just going to tell you this, ladies. If a man finds out that you've lied about the number, I hate to use these terms, body count, that you've lied about that, and gets some kind of inkling of what that number really is, if it's a massive one, um, that will destroy your relationship. First of all, they'll know that you lie, especially about the morally important things. Because if you're willing to lie about that, what else are you willing to lie about? I mean, there's so many consequences here. I'm telling you, I just don't understand that. And like I said, I mean, I'm not saying that the ladies that we've talked about, Lily and the other one there, the Wisconsin lady and Bonnie Blue from the UK. I'm not, I, I, I'm not drawing correlations between the fact that they seem to experience rapid aging. I think you guys are right. I think that's more tied to, body modification in whatever form through plastic surgery. But I don't know. And here's the thing. I mean, if you're going to do something to your body like that, that will prematurely age you, it seems, you better talk to your partner about that in advance. And you need to consider future partners. If you're going to have, if you're not quite settled into a relationship, what their reaction is going to be, to the lip filler or any of the other things that people are doing. It's one of the reasons why, um, you start to see talks about tattoos and things like that, body piercings, all kinds of stuff. Those conversations are starting to happen more frequently, and the results from a larger group of people who usually didn't care if some people were going off doing those kinds of modifications. Now that people are trying to normalize it, you're seeing the same kind of thing that you do to extreme social change. You're seeing a rebuking of that stuff. I don't know. Anyway, just an interesting conversation, you guys. I really appreciate your conversation as well. Yeah, like I said, Dean Krantz says, my time in the military has permanently warped my sense of humor. I know that there are some 18 and 22-year-old men that would do that and then brag. Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of them are streamers. I've seen some really silly streamer guys out there in the world, like, and in the rational ones are the ones going, "What is this? Why is this happening?" I don't know. Fourth wave feminines. Yes, that's exactly right, Davina. Exactly. Man, you ladies are on top of it. This is a great day to have this conversation because I got all the lovely ladies here. This is good. I blame Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton. I I think I think Paris may have kicked off it. The problem is there was a string of tapes that, came out that were supposed to be private. None of that ever stays private, folks. Um, I mean, look at what happened to Glenn Greenwald. If he, not to divert this conversation at all, but something was always going to find its way to the surface. So there's that. Cesspool is an underused term these days. I agree with that. Extreme Meme says these women are empowered and setting groundbreaking standards for the new modern whammons. I know you're being sarcastic, but dang. I hope nobody thinks that's true. Doesn't work that way, kids. Not at all. You are submarining your future. You may have a pile of money, but the internet's forever. You're never going to escape this. I think my breakfast is cooked. Dean, do things like hold on to take a number tickets and say things to them like no ticket, back off the line. Yeah. Imagine that she's going to have line security and everything else. It'll 22 and a half a day. Thank you for that image, Putin's cat. That's going to stick with me today. Oh, that's a great song. Fame. I want to live forever. I want to get. No, I can't sing that. Mark, what's up? See, feminism, environmentalism, and civil rights stopped being about their title causes and became a Trojan horse for commies. Well, I can believe that. After the wall fell? Yep. It's just strange. No. Putin's cat wouldn't call me a hoe. Okay, apparently I'm not the worst. Thank you. You're in the penalty box now, Putin's cat. Not that I'm blocking you or doing anything or muting you even, but I'm just not going to highlight your chat anymore for a little while. I guess Culture's channel is PG rated. We're definitely not talking about PG stuff right now. I'm just trying to keep it clean so I can stay in the monetized bracket 6. Juliet's out there just modding away across the pond, listening to the crazy Merkins talk. I saw this. I didn't know if I could do a video on this. This is not my normal material, right? We're having an adult conversation here that should go over most young people's heads because I have an audience that have kids or grandkids that they watch the show. So I'm being very careful how I talk about this and words that I say. But yeah, the Tinderbox just added height preferences. That's it. That's it. First of all, you're never going to meet a person in society using these kinds of devices, or it'll be very infrequent, that will establish a long-term loving relationship. Because if you base everything on these immutable characteristics, and one of them includes you have to be 6'4", you have 1% of people or less involved in relationships. It's just the way it is. Average height guys are somewhere between 5'7", 5'6", and 5'10". That's an average height male. They could be beautiful in every other way. They could be physically fit. They could be making zillions of dollars, and you're using one immutable, height, to flush down all your actual opportunities at happiness. I don't want to get into a lot of those conversations. It's not the realm I'm in on this channel. The reaction channel is coming. I have all these clips and I have one ready to release, and I'm going to start working with other creators, including Nadia actually, to record this. I'd like to do it with 6 as well. And a few other ladies, because it requires a male and a female to properly react to a lot of the stuff out there that I think needs it. Because I think that a lot of the channels that do that kind of thing don't have heartfelt conversations. They may have ingrained ideas that are reacting to some of these ridiculous TikTok trends and other things like that. But I want to make something that's real and has 2 perspectives or more. At times, I'd like to have maybe myself and three ladies talking about it, because I think that most of the time you're getting a male perspective on most of that stuff. The only thing that doesn't do it that way, but does at times seem in not genuine, is that whatever podcast, which catches my eye from time to time. But I just feel like there's a way to talk about this. Be respectful. Oh, I don't. I mean, people can say the majority of stuff in the chat. Six, you know that I have very few rules here. Don't attack the other people in the chat. That seems like the most basic rule of humanity to me. And don't be racist POS. I hate that too. Things I hate that people do in the chat. Yeah, don't attack each other. Don't be a racist. And don't attack panel guests. Pretty much everything else. I mean, people attack me all the time. I've never told anybody to get rid of it. And if I find somebody to be so offensive that I can't handle it, I just get rid of them. And I think my ban list is like 2 people ever. Outside of the bots that used to be here and so prevalent. Yeah, pretty loosey-goosey. Is this live? For 5 Canadian buckaroos. Buckaroos! Let's see if I can get that back up here. I don't know why it decided to bail. Says, yes, those of us with height privilege must take care of our short king brothers. There you go. And not just rest our beers on their heads. There you go. Oh, that's a good line. Look, I mean, first of all, I'm getting older. I'm shrinking. So, I mean, I started out at 5'9". So what does that say? I wouldn't qualify in most of these apps now, I guess. And I don't really care. Because if you're going to be that myopic, you're not a very thoughtful person anyway. So 6 months since last relationship, 6-cylinder car, 6 inches below the belt. Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah, you got to be careful with that. Ram Bam 3000. I'm 5'9.5". See, right in that 5'10", 5'6" to 5'10" range. And those are not short men. If you look at the global total. Oh, some good beard oil. I'm going to tell you, facial moisturizer in whatever form. And again, I told you what I use. The Jack Black stuff comes in a blue tube. It has it's moisturizer with some sunscreen. I think it's a 15 SPF. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's 15 SPF. It works great. It might be 20 SPF now. I don't know. It started out 15, but I use that. It does help. I mean, a moisturized face keeps the beard from itching because beard will pull moisture out of your face. It's one of the reasons why I always talk about beard oil. I'm just saying. My type has to love cats and patchouli. I'm going to start calling 6 a crunchy granola. Although she's much more than that. It's just kind of fun. D-Bud goes below the belt. And Twilight. Oh, I love you guys. I love you. Some women give side eye to short men. Some men do it to chunky women. Maybe shallow folks removing themselves from the gene pool is okay. Only kind of kidding. Well, no, I mean, look, the rampant narcissism that's occurred in society in the last decade may not be as surprising as we think. If your closest connection to humanity is via an electronic device that's glued to your hip or your hand all day long, maybe you don't need to procreate. I don't know. I tell you what, my screen time on my phone is down to about or less than an hour a day. I spend a lot of time doing this, but most of my time I'm reading. Or I'm on live shows like Tuesday, Thursday. Those are my live streaming days from Hades. But I make content, and I'm able to make content because I read constantly, and I'm like always trying to figure out whether or not that's a story to be told or not, or how I would tell a story. That's sometimes I get so in my head, I don't do a story at all, despite the fact that it would resonate with all of you. It's just no way to do it. I will say this, Latino Slant for $2 says, Gay-Z Casino. That's right. Gay-Z. Yeah. It's good to see you, Paulie. Check out Paulie's channel. I know the mods will get him queued up here. But y'all are great. Lucifer Morningstar says culture needs some beard product sponsors. I do actually. I have been in the process of doing my own beard and hair products for 2.5 years now, and I thought I would be able to release them about a year ago at this point, and still no. Maybe soon, but I would promote somebody else's product if I used it. If I thought it was good. That's the other thing with me. I'm not going to promote stuff to you if I don't use it myself, or I wouldn't consider buying it. This is what it is. It's good to see you, Polly. Hey, Cajun Corey's in the house. Good to see you. Got some great people here today. I saw Cajun Corey in a picture the other day with another famous person. Jan Monroe. Women should just tell people they want somebody taller than Tom Cruise, despite the fact he's richer than you could imagine. Yeah, people are going to turn down that paycheck. Folks, hang around for the redirect. That's right. It's going to go over to Midnight's Edge in the morning. My pal's over there. Hey, Paul, are you going to go see Ballerina on Thursday? I am. Let me know. I need to do a review on that. Drop some thoughts I had around Superman yesterday in a video. I'm going to drop a couple videos later today. I think at least one, maybe two. But I got to be on things I care about. There's nothing worse than watching one of your favorite creators try to do a video on something they just aren't into. Because that's just dumb. If you're a creator, don't do videos on stuff you don't care about. It doesn't work. And it makes me sad. But yeah, Midnight's Edge is coming up next, just a few minutes from now. Streaming considered dead at Disney is the live stream's theme for today. I wish I could join. I have a doctor's appointment coming up in a couple of hours, so I need to get some things done and get to that. And it's across town, so it's going to be a bit of a drive. I will say that all the mods here are amazing. You are incredible. I appreciate each and every one of you. and I think you guys are truly the best. So, on that note, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya. For real.
Why, hello there, random citizen.
Oh, hey there, little buddy. How's it going?
Have you subscribed to Culture Casino yet?
Well, no.
Friggin' A.
Oh!
These guys, I tell ya.
Oh!
Dang it, I missed. Why won't these guys just subscribe already?
That hurt.